Don't hide from your feelings. Today on Fortitude through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. Last night when I was doing my prep for today's lesson, this one kind of hit me. And I kind of debated about sharing something very vulnerable. And, I think it's Stoicism, right? So it's necessary for me to tell my story and how I'm implementing this. So, the quote by Seneca: "It's better to conquer grief than to deceive it." So Ryan Holiday goes on to suggest that we've all lost people. I'm going to put people or put a slash there, something or someone we were close to, a friend, a colleague, a parent, a grandparent. For me, Bandit. While we were all suffering from grief, some well-mannered person did their best to take our mind off it, didn't they? However, these gestures are misguided. You know, the Stoics are stereotyped as suppressing their emotions. And if you remember the very beginning of this, my goal was to be like that duck on water. It was so that people didn't have control of my emotions. It wasn't so that I didn't feel any emotions. Matter of fact, that's what makes us human, right? Our range of emotions. So what Stoics actually believe in their philosophy is actually intended to teach us to face, process, and deal with emotions immediately instead of running from them. Tempting as it is to deceive yourself or hide from this powerful grief, telling yourself and other people you'll be fine, or undergoing in distractions. Like back during the Roman times, they went to the gladiatorial games. What do we do now? Pack ourselves in a stadium and watch two teams smash heads. It's a form of distraction. What Stoics believe is facing it. And there's a process. So there is no rule on how long that takes. I'm going to share my story because this is me. This is my vulnerability, right? Almost 2 Aprils ago now, I was out doing my afternoon workout with Bandit, throwing the Kong, and it got lodged in his throat. And I knew something was up, so I ran down there. I'm trying to get it out. He's fighting it. I'm fighting it. So he ended up, chewing through my hands. We ended up losing him. And again, Bandit for me he was more than just, people call him a dog. Well, one, he was a service animal, but I call him a guardian angel because yes, he did save my life when I got out of the VA and they pumped me full of meds and I overdosed. He did alert, got help, and saved my life when, stopped breathing. I do tell the story that I saved his life too when he slid under the ice in the stream, little fucker. But when it really came down time to it, I couldn't, and not being able to save Bandit, and I'm gonna try and keep from getting emotional here, but not being able to save Bandit has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with in my life. But that's okay because I lost Bandit and I was in a suit and a tie because, again, I'm getting ready to go on the road in a couple days. And I did. And I had to take all that pain, all that emotion, all of that loss, and I had to set it over here because I agreed to do something. I committed to do something. I had to do that thing. So every single week, I put that to the side, and then I go out and execute my week. And I don't think about Bandit during the week too much. What I want to do is I'm going to show you what I do. So I have a photo collage of all my pictures with Bandit. And what I do every Friday when I'm on the plane, I start flipping through my pictures of Bandit. And yeah, the tears roll down my face. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I share that time because I'm not running from it. This is my process. I'm healing. I'm still healing. Yes, I know, 2 years, tremendous loss. But when I'm out executing my mission, I can't think about that. And yeah, sometimes I walk into clients and they got a couple German Shepherds. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Of course I tell the story. Yes, I get emotional. Every single week, I share tears for that dog. I don't care who's sitting next to me on the plane. I don't care who watches me cry. Matter of fact, this week, the lady next to me started crying because she saw me crying looking at pictures of my dog. She didn't say a word, she just started crying. That's my process of dealing with the loss. Now, I'm not running from it. I'm not seeking distraction from it. I'm not medicating from it. I didn't go back to becoming an alcoholic because I lost Bandit. No. I am in control of my emotions. I put that over here for the week so that I can go out and execute my mission. I put that over here so that when I'm spending time with my loved ones, I'm not bringing those emotions into that. When I'm sitting alone on the plane, that's when I process. Every Friday. So it's almost 2 years now. Every time I fly home, I remind myself how precious life is, how precious love is. So it is better to conquer grief than to deceive it. And I don't know how long this battle will take, but I am not going to distract myself from this pain. I am not going to deceive myself. It is real. It is deep. But I also will not let it keep me from my mission. That's over here. Bandit and I will have our time every Friday. But during the week, can't let that distract me from the mission at hand. So that means facing it. And yes, I face it now. And I put it aside when I have to focus. And then I go back to my process. Now, I have no expectation that this pain will ever go away. And yes, I've tried to replace Bandit, and it did not work. I felt like I was doing something wrong. So, I'm going to go through this process. I'm not going to run from these feelings, because that would be disrespecting him and our bond. So, I will process these emotions. And on that, shower time.